Hello, my name is Lakeisha. The name of this channel is Aging Out to Adulting. This channel is aimed at giving life skills advice to former foster kids who have aged out of the foster care system. Please hit the like, subscribe, and notification icons. And if you know a former foster kid who has aged out of the system, please recommend this channel to him or her. Alright, so the name of this video is 5 Advantages of Aging Out of Foster Care. I will quickly name these advantages and we'll go into each one in depth. All right, so the first one is autonomy or independence. Number two is financial opportunities. Number three is you can create your own support network. Number four, priority access to support services. And number five, you have a keen sense of reality as a foster kid. All right, so number one, let's look at number one. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So number one, you have autonomy. All right. No one can tell you what to do anymore. All right. This is fantastic. After being in the foster care system, not knowing who you're going to be with and where you're going to be at, this is the best thing in the world. Let's say so. No one except you has control of your situation. You are the author of your life. There are no pre-designed plans for you. So, other kids, their mom and dad have designs for them. Oh, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. But for you, you get to design your own life. You get to live on your own terms and are not accountable to anyone. Now, you have no one to report to. So, example, you can move when and where you want. Right now, if you wanted to get up and move to California, you could do that and not be accountable to anyone. Now, tip, there is a tip. It says you are not accountable to anyone and therefore you have no accountable mentors. Please vet any and all mentors. Please, 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 please do not use AI as a mentor. AI can give you useful information, but it cannot mentor you effectively. All right. Number two, advantages of aging out of foster care. You have financial opportunities. All right. So there's three categories to this one. There's educational benefits, there's transitional housing and independent living programs, and then some states offer stipends or vouchers. So we're going to start with number one, which is access to education benefits. Many states and organizations offer free or heavily subsidized college tuition grants and scholarships specifically for former foster youth. Programs often include tuition, waivers, book stipends, and campus support systems. Some states offer support up to 21 if you stay in school. College is expensive for everyone. You may qualify for help that others don't get. All right. Now, tip. Okay, because I was a former foster youth, I went to undergrad for free. So I went to my first 4 years of college, I went for free. Absolutely free. Books were paid for, everything. However, I had to take out loans for graduate school. So I just want to let you know that if you plan on going to law school, medical school, architectural grad school, any type of graduate school, you're going to have to take out loans for that. All right. B or the second part of your financial opportunities. You have transitional housing and independent living programs. All right. So there's transitional living programs, extended foster care to age 21, housing vouchers, case management support, financial assistance, and stipends. All right. And then there's the obvious. You can go to college and get housing on campus. You can go to the military and get housing there. But I do not suggest that, especially now that they're in a war. So, those are options you can consider. However, there is a tip. You may get access to housing support that other 18-year-olds don't. All right. But the thing is, you have to look for these programs, and it's best that you use 211 and AI to find information for your state. So in New Jersey, we have something called 211, and they give you information about public services throughout the state. So that's why I said 211. I don't know what it is for your particular state, but in New Jersey, it's 211. All right. The third financial opportunity is some states offer stipends or vouchers. Okay. So, and in New Jersey, I'm not aware of this, but there are monthly stipends for kids who have aged out of foster care, and there's help with utilities, food, transportation, job training, employment support. Okay, these benefits are specifically designed for youth transitioning out of care. All right, tip: you may have access to financial help that isn't available to the general public. Okay, don't make debt and bankruptcy an option. All right, leverage all publicly funded programs and work within their parameters until you are ready to move on to a higher financial level. I'm going to give you an example. For instance, utilize financial aid as a student, as a college student. Maybe you're a nursing student or something, and up to 1 year after you get out of college, utilize these services. Lean on these public institutions until you find your own financial footing. All right. But don't lean on these programs forever because you never know when they will go away. Find your own financial way. So that's very important. All right. Number three, okay, of advantages of aging out of foster care. You can create your own support network. All right. Identify people who you trust and admire to help you guide you in your journey. There is an old saying in Spanish: show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. Vet these people. All right. Um, Now, for me, I have a large network, people I really can depend on, and I met them in separate, different places. And I'll give you two examples. I have a large spiritual family. I have spiritual mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers that I met in my house of worship. All right, and these people, they mean the world to me. But I also keep in contact with my sisters that I met in college. These people um, supported me through numerous situations. When I was in the hospital and I needed a ride home from the hospital, they came and got me. So these people you can lean on. And people who have regular biological families, they don't have that type of support system in their family. So this is something, a support network that you can build on your own. As time goes on, not everybody's going to be there for you, but you will find those gems, that will be there for you. Now, tip: this is important. All right, always aim to make wise decisions. For example, don't start a family that you can't financially, mentally, and physically support. All right, in another video I saw in a foster kid who was aging out, she said she found a soul family, SOUL. All right. And what that family did, it was like my spiritual family and my sisters I met from college. That was her family that she utilized. So, you find your soul family and then get on your financial footing, and then you can start your own family. But don't do it out of order. You will have big problems. All right. And number four of advantages of aging out of foster care. You have priority access to support services. You have priority access to mental health services, life skills training, career counseling, health insurance extension, sometimes up until 26, mentorship programs, career pipelines, emergency funds, leadership programs. All right. So tip: use AI in 211 or any or the information system in your state to find out resources in your area. And again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Use these things as resources, as informative resources, but do not use them as mentors. Find somebody to bounce off ideas. Oh, should I become going to this career? Or, find somebody in that career and ask them. You don't use these don't ask AI, oh, should I become an engineer? No, no. Find somebody in that career and then ask them. All right. And then last but not least, number 5, it says you have a keen sense of reality. Okay, unlike your peers, you have a keen sense of reality. You know how to prioritize things and you know what really matters and what doesn't matter. Because you went to the school of hard knocks, you have a better understanding of a situation and can pivot easier. All right, who can pack up faster than we can? So, utilize your experiences to a greater good. All right, things that knock your peers on their behind will only scrape you. So there are advantages of aging out of foster care, going through the foster care system and aging out. So I will always give you the facts again and tell you the truth as your position as a foster kid. Please recommend this channel to anyone you know who has aged out of the system or share your experience of aging out below. Thank you for watching the channel.